Hello, welcome back. Wrap-up video for Module 3. I try to make it nice and concise, so we jump right in so we can take some time for reflection, the time that we save in you listening to me. So, bringing it all together, the implications for the next module. We said we wanted to get a new perspective on our mentality in this module, and I hope we together could have achieved that, to see that our mentality is not something bad. We've talked about this in depth in the last video. It is something practical, something for us, something we can learn from, so we have like a new perspective and not something weird running around in my head. And we also saw and understood that it gets us out of touch with our feelings in two ways, because we evaluate and avoid, due to our core wound. We should be different, like we think we should be different than we are, so our feelings should be different than they are, so we selectively pick and choose and selectively feel. And also, number two, our mental noise, because of our mental capabilities to anticipate the future and relive the past and work things out in your head and think about things and retell the story of yourself. So those two things get us out of touch with our feelings, the evaluation because we selectively avoid, and the mental noise because we don't feel at all when we're locked up in our head. So, and in the last video we were also talking about trauma work, where our thoughts lead us to, and also with kind of touching upon the core wound that we have, that we should be different than we are, which has like ramifications to all those other emotional wounds and triggers that we have. We won't go deep into trauma work. This is something for an entirely new course, entirely different course, so we won't go deep into that. Let's leave it like here. It's not so important to feel and see like exactly what your core wounds are and your conditioning and all that. It's more about learning how to get back in touch with your feelings. So we won't do trauma work, but we will do extensive work with our feelings to get into a new healthy relationship with our feelings, to feel more alive and feel more fulfilled, and to also be let's keep it in mind, our new approach, letting it go and then letting it come back to us, starting with what is right here and right now and accepting that. Very, very crucial. So, yes, let's wrap up. What is our outcome for this module, and let's see whether we've attained that. We wanted to see that our mentality gets us out of touch with our feelings. We said that twofold: mental noise, we don't feel at all, and the selective evaluation of our feelings, so we selectively feel. And maybe it's good time for you to kind of jot down now, what are the things that I do not want to feel, the feelings, and when am I stuck in my head so I don't feel it all. Might be a good idea to jot those things down if you haven't done so far. So, yeah. Yes, and secondly, we wanted to establish a new perspective on our mentality and encountering that with appreciation rather than resistance. Very important, and I believe we have attained that very well. And if you don't feel like that, please rewatch the videos. Number 3. So we can get in touch with our emotions and learn about those in the next module, and regain our aliveness, tap into the energy that is there in order to change our lives. All this is very important. We kind of, look at the roadmap. We have wrapped up now Module 3, wrapped up our preparation, our masterful preparation, with knowing what our goal and our outcome is, knowing the structure of this course, having appreciated our unaliveness right here and right now. You see our new approach. Now it makes all sense. Starting with what is here and appreciating that. And we've also come to see our mentality. Now the root cause of our mentality, of our mental chatter, our human condition, the longings that come from that, our unhealthy means to fill them, the subtleties of unaliveness, and the new approach, and so much more. So review your notes. I try to make it as concise as possible, and in the next module we're going to be jumping right into the core of this course, like the work that we're actually doing, the practice, you see? So what is the final action step for this module? Take reflection time and ask yourself, where do I feel that I need to be different than I am? What is this core wound all about? Kind of go mentally, try to feel it out as well, and go mentally back to the situations where you feel you need to be different, and then see which, or try to come up with the feelings that you want to avoid and want to shun. See you in the next module.